Now we are going to study about the Stokes formula. Stokes' law was established by an English scientist, Sir George G. Stokes. When a spherical body moves down through an infinite column of a highly viscous liquid, it drags the layer of the liquid in contact with it. As a result, the body experiences a retarding force. Then according to Stokes' law, the viscous force will be equal to F is equal to 6 pi eta Rv, where R is the radius of the spherical body which is falling and V is the velocity with which it is moving. So it gives the relationship between the force which the ball is coming down and the force of the liquid layer, force which is existing between the liquid layer. So you will be having, when the viscous force plus the biotic force becomes equal to the force due to gravity, the net force becomes 0. So 4 by 3 pi r cube rho g and 4 by 3 pi r cube sigma g are the forces which are making the ball to come down. Okay. So 4 by 3 pi r cube rho g is the density of the liquid and 4 by 3 pi r cube sigma g is the volume of the ball which is coming down. So 6 pi eta Rv is the force between the liquid layers. So these two forces will be equal when the ball attains the terminal velocity, that is the constant velocity. So here in this diagram you can see viscous force is the upward force which restricts the motion of the ball, and the gravitational pull is the force which is making the ball to come down. So these two forces should be equal, and from that formula you can eta. So first what you have to do, you have to find out the radius of the ball, and then you have to find out from that radius you determine the distance of the liquid also, A to B, point A and point B, here it is marked in the diagram, and drop the spherical ball and measure the time taken by the ball to travel the distance from A to B, and measure the distance between A to B, and measure the inner diameter of the jar using vernier calipers. Mark 2 reference points. Find the terminal velocity. Okay. Adjust the position of the thread so that A and B will be some 60 or something. The ball of the known diameter is dropped into the liquid. It falls down. When the ball crosses the point A, start the stopwatch. And when the point crosses B, when the ball crosses B, you have to stop it. So note the time, then the velocity, terminal velocity will be equal to d by t. So the terminal velocity can be calculated by v is equal to v dash into 1 plus 2.4 r by r, where small r is the radius of the ball and capital R is the inner diameter, inner radius of the tube where the liquid is kept. So you can measure eta is equal to 2 r square by 2 by 9 r square rho minus sigma into g by v. Now repeat the experiment with the different balls where you can change the diameter or the radius of the ball and calculate r square by v for every time. Thus, use this for determining the viscosity of the liquid. Now plot a graph with r square and the terminal velocity along y-axis. Find out the slope. Instead of r square by v, you can put the slope which you are getting there, and you can determine the viscosity of a liquid using Stokes